From the exploration of rake-infested woods to the eerie sight of an elf child in a field, and even possible proof of Sasquatch's existence, these are just a few of the things we will look at. Stick to the end. These two cave explorers squeeze through a narrow crack, only to find something so terrifying they wished it was just a nightmare. This footage comes from a cave in Ireland, ominously known as Ireland's Gate to Hell, where two explorers stumbled upon something straight out of a horror movie, a human hand. As they navigate the tight passage, the camera captures what looks like an actual human hand reaching out from the cave wall. But here's the eerie part. There's no body, just the hand. It appears as if someone is trapped within the rock, desperately stretching out for help. Now, if this is real, that makes it absolutely terrifying. But let's break it down. While the hand does look eerily lifelike, its thick fingers and unusual texture suggest it might just be a silicone prop. Of course, that's just speculation. So, what do you think? Real or fake? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This eerie footage from Connecticut proves that awareness can mean the difference between life and death. Captured by a home CCTV camera, this video shows a family relaxing in their driveway, enjoying the sunshine, until something suddenly terrifies the child. A massive bear is lurking just feet away. Within moments, the women also spot the huge beast and, realizing the danger, rush inside just in time. Luckily, the bear doesn't seem too aggressive and doesn't give chase, but make no mistake, this could have ended very differently. If they hadn't noticed it in time, the bear could have easily attacked from behind while they remained completely unaware. This is exactly why I always say, teach your kids to stay aware of their surroundings, and don't forget to do the same yourself. It's not just the crushing darkness or the claustrophobic passages that cave explorers fear. Sometimes it's the beasts lurking within. This chilling video was uploaded on TikTok by a user who, while exploring a cave with his friend, stumbled upon something he absolutely shouldn't have. As they navigate the cavern, the camera suddenly captures a terrifying sight: a massive bear deep in hibernation. Thankfully, the explorer's voice didn't wake the beast. If it had, this video might have ended up on a very different part of the internet. Security cameras are meant to give us a sense of safety, but when they capture something like this, they do the exact opposite. This eerie footage, originally uploaded to Reddit, comes from a house's CCTV camera, showing a nighttime view of the front yard. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary, until a bizarre, dog-like creature lurks across the yard. At first glance, it might seem like just a regular dog, but take a closer look. It's definitely something else. This thing has unnaturally long front legs, short, almost deformed hind legs, and a disturbingly small torso, like a creature ripped straight out of a nightmare. Some people believe it could be a chupacabra, but honestly, whatever that thing is, I pray I never see it sprinting across my front yard, that's for sure. Imagine stepping outside only to see the sky darken, not with storm clouds, but with thousands of spiders. That's exactly what happened in Brazil. This chilling footage was uploaded by Guardian News on YouTube, capturing what appears to be a nightmarish sight. Thousands of spiders seemingly raining down from the sky. This eerie phenomenon was recorded in a rural area of southern Brazil, where locals witnessed the unsettling scene firsthand.
Caramba!
But before you start panicking, don't worry. The spiders aren't actually falling from the sky. What's really happening is that they've woven an enormous web, nearly invisible to the naked eye, to trap their prey. Scientists explain that this species of spider is known for creating massive communal webs that stretch across vast areas. Still, just because there's a logical explanation doesn't make it any less terrifying. Hidden cameras capture some pretty bizarre things, but this one might be one of the strangest yet. These two eerie photos have been making headlines, showing what looks like a real-life Tarzan, or as some are calling him, the naked tiger man, running through the woods. The unsettling part is that this man is completely naked and moving on all fours, caught by a trail camera deep in the forest. It wasn't until local foresters checked the trail camera footage that they realized something was seriously off. They immediately alerted the police, who later tracked down and apprehended the man, identified as Merrick H. According to authorities, the 21-year-old had taken hallucinatory substances and, in his altered state, believed he was a Siberian tiger. He stripped naked, dashed into the forest, and began acting like one. This right here is exactly why they say don't do drugs, because you never know when you'll end up thinking you're a hyena and start hunting in the wild. These guys investigated the black-faced ox legend and got proof in the most terrifying way.
Tá ligado? Não tinha nada molhado aqui. Ah, não, tá parecendo não. Vem, se esconde. Tem alguma coisa vindo aí, ó. Vai. Mano, ele ali, cara. Olha ali. Mano do céu, bicho grande, cara.
This video comes from a YouTuber named Fatos, who, along with his friend, decided to explore a local legend that parents used to tell their kids to scare them into sleeping, warning that the black-faced ox would come and devour them if they stayed up too late. Armed with crossbows and machetes, they ventured into the dense sugarcane fields, determined to uncover the truth. But as they wandered deeper, they started noticing strange openings in the crops, as if something massive had passed through.
Por que tá aberto aí?
Then, things got even weirder. They began hearing strange noises echoing from the field ahead, low, guttural bellows that sounded just like an ox. Their suspicions were growing stronger by the second. As they continued cautiously, they suddenly heard something approaching. Panicked, they dove into the tall sugarcane, hoping to avoid whatever was out there. But when they finally emerged, thinking they were in the clear, they were met with a sight that sent pure terror down their spines. The black-faced ox was right there, watching them from the field.
Oxi, que droga é essa? Oxi. Tá vindo de lá, ó. Ó, tu mais noiando, mas tem. Tá ligado? Não tinha nada molhado aqui. Ah, não, tá parecendo não. Vem, se esconde. Tem alguma coisa vindo aí, ó. Mano, ele ali, cara. Olha ali. Mano do céu, bicho grande, cara. Mano, vai.
Then, the unthinkable happened. It charged at them. The duo ran for their lives, barely managing to escape its pursuit. This footage is chilling, and it raises a serious question. Could the legend of the black-faced ox actually be real? If so, that just adds another terrifying cryptid to our already long and nightmarish list. This next video captured over the waters of New Jersey might be the smoking gun that proves Project Blue Light is real. This video was originally uploaded on TikTok by a user who was completely shocked by what they witnessed while standing on a dock with their mom. The footage shows a massive, powerful blue beam of light striking down from the sky, illuminating everything around it in an almost otherworldly glow. The sheer intensity of the light makes it look unnatural, almost like something straight out of a science fiction movie. People are now linking this eerie phenomenon to Project Blue Light, with some even suggesting a connection to alien activity. And honestly, with how surreal this looks, I can't even argue with them. A man and his family set out to explore the desert, but their adventure took a terrifying turn when they stumbled upon a cave and what was lurking inside it. This video was uploaded to YouTube by the channel Matt Squatch Presents, which tells the chilling story of a family who discovered something truly bizarre inside a cave. According to the video, the family was exploring the desert when they came across a dark, ominous cave. Curiosity got the best of them, and as they ventured inside, their flashlights revealed something unbelievable. A tall, skinny creature with two glowing eyes, staring right at them from the darkness. The moment their light hit the creature, it bolted deeper into the cave, vanishing into the shadows. The family described it as looking more like a Sasquatch than a human, standing at an intimidating height with thick black fur covering its body. Not far from the cave, they also discovered massive footprints, further suggesting that something big was lurking in the area. This is beyond unsettling. Stumbling upon an unknown creature in a pitch-black cave is nightmare fuel. However, considering that this region is already rumored to have Bigfoot sightings, this discovery suddenly seems a lot more believable. This next video will show you exactly why you shouldn't drive down a desolate forest road late at night. This eerie footage comes from India, where a CCTV camera captured what looks like a real-life paranormal encounter. In the video, we see a man riding his bike when he suddenly stops in the middle of the road, seemingly startled by a mysterious figure that vanished instantly. But before he can process what just happened, a white, shadowy figure rushes straight toward him, sending him into full panic mode. It genuinely looks like this ghostly entity attacked the poor guy and chased after him. This is exactly why the unknown always seems to lurk in desolate areas. This man went camping and stumbled upon an abandoned trailer nearby, but what he found inside shook the entire internet. This eerie video comes from Instagram, showing footage recorded by a camper who heard strange noises coming from a nearby abandoned trailer. Curious but clearly unnerved, he decides to investigate, cautiously walking around the trailer while paranoia starts creeping in as the noises persist. But then, when he moves to the back of the trailer, his heart nearly stops. Inside, through the rear window, he spots a disturbing humanoid figure shifting in the darkness. This creature is hunched over with an unsettlingly unnatural posture, looking like some kind of alien humanoid hybrid. I really hope this is just some elaborate prank or a staged video, because if this thing is real, camping is officially off the table for me. This chilling CCTV footage from Mexico captured an eerie, shadowy figure that defies explanation. In the footage, we see a quiet backyard until suddenly a dark, shadowy figure materializes beside the fence, hovering ominously along its edge. Then, without warning, it turns and begins moving toward the house, its shape shifting into a more distinctly humanoid form as it approaches. Watching this entity morph from an unrecognizable shape into a human-like figure in mere seconds is unsettling enough, but the fact that it moves directly toward the house makes this clip downright terrifying, especially for the homeowner. This tractor driver from Colombia claims to have captured an elf child on video, and after watching it, I might just believe him. This eerie footage comes from Candelaria, Valle del Cauca, where a tractor driver, while working in his fields, spotted a strange child standing in the distance. At first glance, the figure looks like an ordinary kid, but as the camera zooms in, its head shape appears oddly elongated, almost elf-like. Even stranger, the child doesn't move at all, just standing there as if waiting for the tractor driver to approach. Now, some people might say the driver should have gone to check on the child instead of filming, but let me ask you this: would you be brave enough to walk up to something that looks like that? We've all seen police chases before, but this one is on a whole different level of bizarre.
Sheriff's office! If anybody's in the vehicle, show yourself now!
If we can secure, I don't like this, dude. I can get cop up with research.
This shocking footage comes from a deputy's body cam during a pursuit of 24-year-old Justin Ryan Trompeter, who was wanted for domestic violence, child neglect offenses. The chase led deputies deep into the woods, where they eventually found the suspect's abandoned car parked in the middle of nowhere.
Sheriff's office! If anybody's in the vehicle, show yourself now!
Deputies repeatedly ordered the suspect to come out, but when they got no response, they approached the vehicle, and what they found left them stunned. Inside the car were two small children, completely alone. Even worse, the suspect had left them there with suspected fentanyl and meth inside the vehicle.
If we can secure, I don't like this, dude. I can get cop up with research. I'm sorry. Do you want out? Here, I'll get it for you.
Thankfully, the children were rescued and taken to the hospital for treatment before being placed in DHS care. Meanwhile, the search for Trompeter continues. Abandoning kids like this, especially in the middle of nowhere, is beyond reckless. It's pure evil.
This video was captured by an explorer who specializes in investigating abandoned houses. As he boldly ventures into a spooky, deserted house, he relies on his flashlight to illuminate and inspect the eerie surroundings. However, something quite startling happens. If you look closely, right behind him, a ghostly and transparent figure materializes seemingly out of thin air and moves toward him. When this ghostly figure makes contact with him, the man gets a jolt and immediately turns around to see what's behind him. To his surprise, there was none there. Then, in another doorway, the same mysterious figure passes by. While the video quality isn't very high, it's clear that this apparition resembles a spirit of some sort. At the time, the explorer might have dismissed it as a trick of his mind, but upon reviewing the video later, he must have been absolutely shocked by what he had unknowingly encountered in that house. I bet he's having second thoughts about exploring more abandoned houses in the future. What truly unsettles the human mind is encountering something it can't explain. Such experiences can leave us in an unsettling state. In this video, we come across a strange creature positioned near the edge of a forest. The video quality isn't great, making it challenging to discern its true form, but looking at it from a distance, it definitely doesn't resemble anything we're familiar with. As the video progresses, this mysterious entity starts to move, revealing its hindquarters. This is where things take a spine-tingling turn. It appears to have human-like legs. What makes it even more unsettling is the way it moves. It doesn't seem to walk, but rather drags itself along. What are your thoughts on what this creature could be? Feel free to share your comments below. This video was captured by a hiker exploring the Canadian Mount Temple, and it showcases a rather peculiar sight. In the footage, we see a dry, rocky mountain landscape with something resembling a shadowy step or presence approaching from a distance. Strangely, this mysterious entity appears to cause the sedimentary rocks on the ground to shift as it moves. As it draws nearer, the backpack lying on the ground appears to react to its presence, and then the enigmatic entity passes by the camera person before disappearing. What's intriguing is that wherever this entity traverses, it seems to lift these sedimentary rocks. I don't believe it's some kind of invisible hobbit or ghost causing this. Instead, it might be something like a small tornado, close to the ground, that's capable of lifting these tiny rocks along its path, because when it approaches the backpack, it appears as though there's a sudden burst of strong wind. A combination of a desolate road cutting through a dense forest at night can certainly set the stage for a spine-chilling encounter, and that's precisely what unfolds in this video. Here, we witness a car navigating a desolate forest road, its headlights piercing through the darkness. However, as the car makes a turn and proceeds forward, something swift darts across the road right in front of the vehicle. Upon closer examination, with slowed down and zoomed in footage, it becomes apparent that this creature bears a striking resemblance to a werewolf, displaying its characteristic physical features. It moves with remarkable speed and possesses a considerable size, vanishing from view in the blink of an eye. What makes this encounter truly hair-raising is the fact that the driver was alone on this isolated road. And as legends go, werewolves are not known for their friendliness towards humans. This video, shared by a Facebook user who goes by the name Colliamed, claims to capture footage of Bigfoot during a camping trip in Alaska's boreal forest. In the video, we see the person behind the camera attempting to conceal themselves while recording a large, dark, and seemingly massive black figure moving in the distance. This enigmatic figure briefly appears in the frame for just a few seconds before disappearing into the woods. Some might argue that it could be a large ape or gorilla, but what sets this being apart is its walking posture. It appears to move in a more humanoid manner rather than the typical gait of a gorilla or ape. Furthermore, the sheer size and massive body frame of this creature seem to align more with the legendary description of Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on this intriguing footage? If you have a family member who experiences sleepwalking, you probably know it's usually not a major concern. However, I believe this video might change your perspective. The video was shared by a Reddit user who explained that they were asleep but woke up at 2 in the morning to some noise coming from the kitchen. Curious, they decided to investigate and stumbled upon quite an unsettling scene. In the video, we see a lady in a white dress who turns out to be the person recording's mother. She is sleepwalking, and her actions are somewhat disturbing as she keeps opening and closing the oven. Then, something even more eerie happens. She suddenly stops and an eerie silence fills the room. The person recording calls out to her, but her mother turns her head toward her in a rapid and frightening manner.
Ma?
Experiencing this, the person recording understandably became frightened and rushed away. For me, it's unsettling to think about what might have happened next, whether the mother pursued her or not. This video comes from a trail camera, but it doesn't capture footage of an animal or a bird. Instead, it reveals a naked man crawling through the area. In the video, we can see a figure hunched over in the distance, crawling near the trees. Even from a distance, it's apparent that it's a naked man engaged in this unusual activity. What makes this scene strange and eerie is the mystery surrounding his purpose. Is he a drug addict, possibly under the influence, and wandering through the forest in this manner? Or could he be someone in distress struggling to walk and resorting to crawling in a desperate attempt to seek help? The possibilities are numerous, and we can only speculate. Regardless of the reason, one can only hope that this individual received the assistance or support they might have needed in this peculiar situation. Hospitals are places meant for our well-being, but occasionally they become the backdrop for eerie and inexplicable encounters. This video depicts one such instance. In the video, a patient is peacefully sleeping in his bed. Suddenly, something unusual happens. He awakens in a state of panic. The man flips around, struggling as if someone or something is on top of him, pressing him down into the bed. He fights for his life and manages to barely free himself from this ghostly presence. Following the encounter, a nurse enters the room, surprised by the patient's sudden distress. There could be several possible explanations for this incident, ranging from a medical episode like epilepsy to a ghostly encounter. Regardless of the cause, it's undoubtedly an unsettling sight to witness. In a video circulating on TikTok, the uploader claims to have captured a real sighting of the legendary Bigfoot while hiking. In the video, we can see a dark figure visible in the distance, surprising the cameraman as he spots it. They zoom in to get a closer look, revealing a creature that appears to be a blend of a human and an ape. This creature is covered in thick black fur and has a wide body frame. What makes it even more eerie is that it stands there, staring directly at the camera, seemingly displeased about being filmed. As for what this creature might be, it's difficult to say definitively. So, it's possible that the TikTok user captured something unusual, but whether it's actually Bigfoot or not remains a mystery. Hiking in the forest is a great way to clear your mind and get rid of the stress and tiredness from daily life. But every now and then, these nature getaways can take a strange and spooky turn. This video was taken by a hiker in the Canadian wilderness. At first, it shows a peaceful view of a lake, and everything seems normal. However, as we zoom in on the video, we can see a bizarre zombie-like figure walking on the opposite side of the lake. This figure is entirely white and has a human-like shape. Its walking is strange and unsettling. What adds to the eerie atmosphere is that this figure disappears into an opening that resembles a cave on the far side of the lake. I have absolutely no desire to find out what might be lurking inside that cave. A man posted a video on Facebook to show his friends why he left his old home, as they were worried about why he moved. In the video, we see an empty basement, and the man recording it seems really scared and cautious of something. Then, as he tries to pick up a rod, it falls and makes a lot of noise, which makes him even more nervous.
Is there in there? Forest. Shit.
After a while, he hears clear footsteps from above, as if someone is running, even though he's alone in the house, and it should be empty.
We were just up there. Where's that?
The man decides to go upstairs to check, and as he does, doors start banging loudly in the rooms. It's really intense and scary. Suddenly, the banging gets even louder. And the room right next to where the man is standing starts banging really fast and terrifyingly. He begins to check the doors to find where the banging is coming from. Eventually, he tries to talk to the ghost, saying he's just there to get his things and asking it to let him do that.
Let's have it out, man. I'm leaving. Just let me get my shit and go.
Then, something really frightening happens. As the man goes into the basement, his camera flashlight goes off, and he hears a loud bang from upstairs again.
What the fuck? Hold on. Goddamn camera. Fuck this, I don't have enough light.
Slowly, he checks the stairs to see what's causing the noise, and we see a dark figure passing by the doorway. The video ends there. This video was truly scary and eerie. It shows how a strong ghost presence can be felt in haunted houses. I'm sure his friends now understand why he left that house. In this video, a woman recorded some really strange and eerie screams that were coming from the forest. These screams were quite loud and had an unsettling quality to them. It almost sounded like they were coming from multiple creatures at the same time.
Look at this.
While it's possible that mountain lions, known for their creepy, human-like screams, could be responsible, there was something different about these screams. They had a deep rumbling quality that was rather unusual. Some people speculate that these sounds might be connected to skinwalkers, beings from folklore known for producing terrifying screams to communicate with other skinwalkers. Thankfully, the woman who was recording the video decided not to go on a detective mission and venture into the forest to investigate the source of the screams. Security cameras are meant to keep us safe, but sometimes they capture strange and unsettling things. There's a video posted by a TikTok account called Paranormal Highway claiming to show a ghostly sighting. In the video, we can see a door, and after a while, the door handle starts to turn. It turns several times as if someone on the other side is trying to open the door. But here's the strange part. There was no one at home during this time. As the doorknob fully turns, the door swings open, and to our surprise, there's no one on the other side. However, the security camera notices a human-like shape and records an outline of a person. This was a really unusual encounter, because there shouldn't have been anyone in the house at that moment. It might be a good idea for the homeowner to start thinking about finding another place to stay. This video was shared on the internet by a user named Squatchwatchers, who's dedicated to finding footage of the legendary Sasquatch creature. In the video taken by an unknown hiker, the camera is pointed at the trees in the distance. Suddenly, a huge figure emerges from the woods, and we can see it moving. This creature is very tall and has a big body with thick brown fur. Then, out of nowhere, this massive being stops and seems to notice something, and it starts running back into the forest. The video ends there. The person who recorded the video believes it's Bigfoot and thinks it spotted the camera and ran away. It's quite fascinating to catch a glimpse of these legendary creatures, and this video might just be one of those rare sightings. Hospitals are usually busy during the day, but they can take on a different atmosphere at night. A patient recorded an unusual encounter in their hospital room at night. In the video, it's a children's room, and the bed in front of the patient, who is recording, starts to act strangely. The bed sheets are moving around wildly, even though there's no one on or near the bed. Some might say it's because of a fan, but it's not the usual kind of wind disturbance you'd expect from a fan. Another possibility is that it's a movable fan, but if that were the case, it should be mounted on the wall. At the very beginning of the video, we don't see anything on the wall. So, could it be a child ghost trying to spook the patients? What do you think? Some people have a strong belief in real-life superheroes with extraordinary abilities like those seen in movies. In a mysterious video captured by a traffic camera, such a perplexing scene unfolds. Initially, the road appears completely empty, and then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, a woman mysteriously appears. She's carrying heavy bags, and her manner of walking suggests she's older. So it's puzzling how she could have moved so quickly that even the camera didn't capture her arrival. Some individuals think that there might have been a malfunction with the camera, causing it to momentarily stop and then resume when the lady was already at that point. This explanation could be plausible, especially if there's no visible timestamp in the video. However, if it isn't a technical glitch, it would indeed be fascinating to consider the possibility of humans having teleportation power. This video is really unsettling and looks like something straight out of a nightmare. It was posted on a paranormal encounter subreddit by a user who claims to have recorded a real encounter with a demon. The video begins with the camera focused on a house window in front of the person recording. In the window, we can see two glowing eyes staring directly back at the camera from a distance. This creature, or demon, had an unholy gaze and remains completely still. As the camera zooms in, we notice more eerie details, such as the creature being entirely pitch black, even though there is light around it. It reflects no light whatsoever. Additionally, as the video zooms closer, we can see horns on the demon's head. After a while, the creature moves away. Suddenly, as it goes out of sight, there's a loud and rapid banging on the door, and the video ends. What happened after that door banging is still unknown and adds to the mystery. Skinwalkers are known for their ability to take on the disguise of different animals. But have you ever seen one in its true form? This video is captured by a security camera, and right from the start we can see a figure emerging from behind a door. This creature is absolutely terrifying and has human-like features. Its body is completely naked, and it has long, slender arms, just like a skinwalker. What makes this video even creepier is the sinister expression on the skinwalker's face as it lurks and hides, seemingly waiting for someone to approach. It's hard to say what its intentions are, but one thing is for sure, they can't be good. In this video, A man starts recording because he hears his dog barking in the middle of the night. The dog appears to be scared of something or someone. Suddenly, a door in front of the man opens on its own. Frustrated, the man mentions that he's been dealing with this door opening by itself all morning, and he's tired of it.
Lie down. Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today.
The man then tries to communicate with the supposed ghost, asking it to stop.
Stop. Hey buddy, I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out.
As he does, the basement light starts blinking on its own. He decides to close the door and places the camera on the counter facing the door. The door opens a couple of times, and the man closes it each time. However, when it opens for the third time, we can see a dark figure standing behind it. This startles the dog, causing it to bark loudly, and the man starts running, which can be heard.
Little buddy.
It appears that this ghost may be residing in the basement and has some plans involving the rest of the house, making the situation quite eerie and unsettling. Toys and stories of ghost possession often go hand in hand, and there was an intriguing encounter recorded in a children's play area. In the video, we can observe a children's riding toy moving all on its own. This is happening at night when everything should be closed. Yet this toy is in motion. It goes in circles, and with each round, its speed increases. The owner of the place mentioned that this was the first time he had ever seen a toy malfunction like this. He added that these toys typically require a key to start, and without it, they shouldn't be able to run. However, this one was moving without any apparent explanation. Could it be a child ghost just wanting to enjoy the toy? It's a possibility that adds a touch of mystery to the situation, making it quite fascinating and spooky at the same time. The ocean is indeed a vast and mysterious place, with much of its depths remaining unexplored despite our technological advancements. Only about 5% of the ocean has been explored, leaving the remaining 95% shrouded in mystery, hiding unexpected and strange creatures. In this video, we see the skeleton of a peculiar creature that washed up on a Romanian beach. It defies our understanding of sea creatures, as it possesses a skull with human-like features, an upper body reminiscent of a human, and a lower body that resembles that of a fish. Its overall appearance gives the impression of a mermaid's corpse. The creature's size is not that of a standard fish, and it appears to have been partially eaten by something else. The idea of another creature feasting on such a mysterious being is indeed intriguing and raises questions about what else might be lurking in the depths of the ocean, waiting to be discovered. This video was shared by a TikTok user, TemZ, and it shows a scene that would terrify any fisherman. In the video, we see a fishing boat out at sea when suddenly a fast and aggressive shark emerges from the water, launching a fierce attack on the boat with its powerful bite. This sudden attack startles the fisherman, who lets out a scream while defending himself by striking the shark with his rowing tool.
Tiger shark ran me.
Fortunately, after being hit, the shark retreats and leaves the fisherman alone. Sharks are known for their strength and agility, and they can leap out of the water with great force. If this shark had decided to jump and attack, the fisherman might have been its next meal. This encounter serves as a chilling reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the ocean, giving more reason for caution when venturing into its depths. Natural disasters can be incredibly scary because they're forces of nature beyond human control. In a video shared on TikTok by the user Claudio Villaron, we witness the sighting of a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere. This meteor's entry is so powerful and intense that the light it emits makes the night appear as bright as day. Wherever this meteor passed, it cast a brilliant light upon its path. The fortunate aspect of this event is that the meteor didn't actually collide with the Earth. It simply passed through the atmosphere. It's truly unimaginable to think about the potential consequences if such a meteor were to hit our planet directly. It serves as a reminder of the awe-inspiring and sometimes frightening power of the natural world. Caves have always held an air of mystery, and many of their secrets remain unexplored to this day. This video, captured by a Russian hiker during their expedition, adds to the intrigue. In the footage, the hiker stumbles upon something inside a cave opening, accompanied by eerie growling sounds emanating from within.
Taşın içinde bir şey var.
The creature in question appears humanoid and reacts to the hiker's voice by looking up, revealing a mouth-like facial feature. Additionally, the figure seems rather dark in color, likely adapted to the low-light environment of the cave. It appears to be quite wary of the torchlight shining upon it. What to make of this creature is a perplexing question. Given the limited information available, it's challenging to draw any definitive conclusions. It could be a natural denizen of the cave adapted to its environment, or it might be an unknown species. Nature often surprises us with its captivating and unexpected phenomena. This video showcases one such intriguing encounter. In the footage, a girl exploring the woods comes across a peculiar-looking branch in the distance. Strangely, this branch appears to take on the shape of a bizarre ape-like creature hanging from it. As the video continues, the girl recording mentions that she felt as though the thing on the branch moved its head.
Oh my god, did it just move? It just moved its head, looked at me, didn't it? Oh my gosh. There's its face right there. Look at his face.
While we might not discern this movement clearly in the video, a closer zoom reveals a genuinely eerie face. This face has discernible eyes and a mouth. The strange presence on the branch could be a product of the forest's creative formations, or it might be a mysterious creature attempting to camouflage itself. Whatever it is, there's no denying its eerie and unsettling nature. A mother posted a video on Facebook explaining that while she was out grocery shopping, her son had taken her phone and recorded himself. The intention was simply to capture some fun moments, but the video ended up revealing something deeply unsettling. In the video, the child is seen happily recording himself. However, as he moves through the hallway and into a room, something truly strange appears. There are a pair of eyes on the ceiling behind him. These eyes emit an eerie, glowing light and convey a sense of dread. The boy continues past without noticing them. Towards the end of his recording, as he sets the phone down to finish, something even more unsettling appears in the corner of the frame. A dark, shadowy figure standing there. What makes this truly creepy is that the boy was alone at home, and his mother had just gone out for a quick trip to the grocery store. It's safe to say that after this experience, the mother might think twice about leaving her child alone in such circumstances. This video comes from Spain and depicts the aftermath of a road accident. In the footage, we can see paramedics and first responders tending to injured individuals scattered around the scene. Additionally, there's a bus that appears to be involved in the accident. Amidst all this commotion, there's an observer lurking in the background, unnoticed by everyone on the scene, but captured by the camera. Upon closer examination, achieved by zooming in and pausing the video, it becomes apparent that this lurker is a humanoid creature, completely naked. Its features bear a resemblance to that of a skinwalker, and it possesses long arms. The unsettling question that arises is, why is this skinwalker there, lurking in the shadows? Is it waiting for someone to become separated from the group so it can pounce, or could it have had some involvement in causing the accident in the first place? The mystery surrounding the presence of this enigmatic creature adds a chilling layer to an already distressing situation. Observing wild animals hunt is indeed a captivating sight, especially when it involves experts like mountain lions. In this video captured by a trail camera, we see a deer peacefully grazing in the grass, unaware of what's about to happen. Suddenly, a pair of glowing eyes sneakily emerges from the side of the bush. It's a mountain lion. With remarkable agility and precision, the mountain lion swiftly pounces at the deer, even though the deer leaps into the air to escape. The mountain lion's well-executed attack, complete with a precise neck bite, ensures its catch. What's truly astonishing is the angle at which the mountain lion launches its attack, resulting in it landing on top of the deer and toppling it mid-air. Instances of such flawless hunting by these magnificent creatures are indeed rare and awe-inspiring to witness. A trail camera captured some intriguing photos of a female Bigfoot strolling through the woods, with a baby Bigfoot firmly clinging to her back. In the initial photo, we can observe the female Bigfoot covered in thick black fur, with what appears to be a small baby head on her back. This female Bigfoot appears quite massive, especially when we compare her size to the trees in the background. In the second close-up picture, we get a clearer look at the baby Bigfoot clinging to her back. When we zoom out a bit, we can see the Bigfoot from behind, and it becomes apparent just how small the baby is in comparison to the adult. Additionally, we can discern some humanoid facial features on the adult Bigfoot. These photos provide a fascinating glimpse into the world of these mysterious creatures and their intriguing family dynamics. A user with the username Muldone posted a video to the creepy subreddit claiming to have captured a spirit on their security camera. In the video, we see the uploader heading somewhere, but in the background, there's a fleeting glimpse of a shadowy figure crossing and then disappearing into thin air. This transparent figure, upon closer look, appears to have a humanoid shape, but is sprinting, smoky, and light. What's particularly strange is that the man doesn't seem to notice it passing by at a close distance from him. There's also a possibility that it could be dust coming out of the man's coat, but the shape it takes is undeniably peculiar and unusual, raising suspicions that it might be something paranormal. This video was uploaded on Facebook by a lady, recounting her recent eerie experiences of sensing an unusual presence in her home. In her quest to understand the source of this unsettling feeling, she decided to review some older security camera footage. What she uncovered left her deeply unnerved. In the video, the lady can be seen leaving her house, but as she exits, something transparent and smoky enters the premises. This figure hovers in the vicinity of the trash bins, then moves toward the door before vanishing. The figure's transparent and smoky appearance is unlike any creature we are familiar with. It's plausible that this mysterious apparition may be the cause of the lady's recent eerie sensations in her home. Given the disconcerting nature of this discovery, it might be wise for her to consider relocating, as it seems that this presence has developed a fondness for residing in her house. Encountering a terrifying creature like Bigfoot when you're with your children is the last thing any parent wants to experience. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to one parent. In the video, we see a parent recording their child as they explore the forest. The child is innocently wandering around, taking in the surroundings. Suddenly, in the background, between the gap of two trees, a massive figure can be seen passing by. Strangely, neither the parent nor the child seem to notice it during the actual moment, but they discover it after reviewing the footage. Taking a closer look at this Bigfoot-like creature, its enormous size becomes evident. It's truly gigantic, and when we compare it to the nearby trees and the size of the child, the creature appears to be over 18 to 20 feet in height. Fortunately, the Bigfoot didn't seem to notice them. Otherwise, it's hard to imagine what might have occurred. Tornadoes are undeniably one of the most frightening natural occurrences, and a truly terrifying sight like that was captured by a user going by the name Storm Guys. In the video, we can witness the presence of a massive, dark, and formidable tornado dangerously close to the person recording.
There is a tornado, like, right near me. Do you see this? We're still catching fish.
What's truly astonishing is how this individual remains calm enough to record such a sight while standing in such close proximity to the tornado. The person was seemingly fishing as the tornado loomed nearby, displaying remarkable composure. The tornado itself appeared colossal and menacing, but fortunately, it didn't cause any damage since it was far from any residential areas. However, one can't help but shudder at the thought of what might have happened if the tornado had shifted its path towards the person recording. Black bears are indeed powerful and formidable creatures in the forest, and witnessing them engage in combat is both terrifying and captivating. In this video, we observe two black bears in a snowy terrain locked in a fierce battle. They rear up on their hind legs and unleash a relentless onslaught on each other, using their claws, mouths, and every means available to gain the upper hand. The intensity of their fight is so immense that it results in nearby branches breaking upon their collisions. However, the video sadly concludes without revealing which of the two bears emerged as the victor. Feel free to share your thoughts on which bear you think had the upper paw in this confrontation. We can see someone filming some sort of animal in a ditch that is approaching. The person filming is backing as the creature is approaching. At first glance, one might be inclined to believe that the approaching creature is a bear cub, given its initial size and the cautious retreat of the person behind the camera. However, as the lens focuses and the animal turns to reveal its profile, we quickly see that this is not the case. The creature possesses a unique amalgamation of features: a sizable head, a compact body adorned with a dense coat of hair, and short limbs that convey an uncanny fusion of monkey-like attributes with those reminiscent of a rat. Its distinct form is enough to elicit both fascination and trepidation, leaving us to question the very nature of its existence. As the scene unfolds, our attention is drawn to the creature's behavior. It exhibits a mixture of curiosity and caution, a primal instinct driving it to explore its surroundings while remaining wary of the human presence. We witness its repeated attempts to scale the grassy wall beside the ditch, an endeavor that suggests a desire to evade potential danger or seek refuge in the elevated terrain. The intensity of the encounter heightens as the creature persists in its approach towards the person filming. What drives it to venture towards the human observer? Is it driven by curiosity, a quest for food, or perhaps an unknown instinctual desire for connection? However, just as the anticipation reaches its peak, the video abruptly ends, leaving us yearning for more. What exactly was this enigmatic creature that crossed paths with the intrepid filmmaker? In this video, we can see some guys in their boat on a river, filming the shoreline for some reason. It is really windy where they are, as we can see from the original sound as the camera pans across the riverbank. Their search for scenic beauty takes an unexpected turn. Amongst the tall grass, a peculiar sight captures their attention. An enigmatic figure with a coat of shaggy brown fur. Intrigued, the cameraman speculates, pondering whether it could be a dog lingering by the river's edge.
Okay, so it's something, a dog or what?
Little do they know, their assumptions are about to be challenged in the most astonishing manner. In a sudden twist, the figure abruptly rises from its previous position, unveiling its true form. What was initially perceived as a dog reveals itself to be a bipedal being, swiftly standing upright and revealing its incredible stature. The sheer magnitude of this creature amazes the two guys in the boat.
Oh, la verga! Oh, shit!
With a surge of speed, the creature darts away, effortlessly navigating its way through the surrounding terrain. The realization that they have just encountered a creature of tremendous significance washes over the two guys, filling them with a blend of exhilaration and curiosity. Although the video does not show anything more, and we get a very brief sight of the creature, it still raises the question of whether they may have captured a glimpse of the legendary Sasquatch, a creature often shrouded in mystery and folklore. Could this video be the elusive evidence that generations have sought, providing a tantalizing glimpse into the existence of the legendary Bigfoot? This is the recording from a few friends out in the forest at night camping. They are just filming themselves talking, eating, joking around. For a long part of the video, this is the only thing that happens. But their lovely night is soon to take a scary turn. After a while, they hear a distant scream in the forest. Everyone becomes quiet as they try to listen closely.
The firebenders. The firebenders bought that.
Oh my.
What? Yeah, did you hear something?
One of the guys asks if someone can come with him to look around to make sure they are safe.
It's even been 10 minutes.
Devin?
Yet, bro. No.
Can a couple of people just come with me just to make sure we're good?
They begin walking around the forest with the camera still rolling and the only source of light, this time, being the flashlight from the camera. They hear the scream again in the forest, and this time they sound more panicked, calling for someone, possible one of their friends.
Shit. Alexis? Alexis?
One of the girls seems to have spotted something as she can be heard asking what the heck is that.
What in the hell is that?
They get to a structure made out of branches, wondering what is that. They find their friend in this wooden structure, but suddenly, and out of nowhere, a bizarre creature appears, going straight for them. The camera is dropped in the grass out of the sheer terror they might have felt. If we slow down the video and zoom in, we can actually see what started chasing them. A humanoid creature with multiple limbs and no hair on it. Its skin seems to be of a human, but the body structure is abnormal. So what was all that? This video is really strange, as if taken from a horror movie, and I tend to believe it is just a short horror film made by someone and uploaded on the internet to give people a fright. But what do you think? This video seems to have been taken somewhere in a desert. We can see someone heading towards what appears to be a covered well or cave. As the camera focuses on the imposing metal sheet obscuring the opening, an unsettling symphony of otherworldly sounds can instantly be heard. Something is down there. The filmmaker, driven by an insatiable curiosity, or perhaps compelled by an indomitable sense of bravery, proceeds to lift the metal sheet, granting us a glimpse into the abyss. It is a chorus of chilling proportions, an amalgamation of howls, cries, moans, and screams that are coming from the depths below. Each haunting sound seems to emanate from a multitude of unseen creatures concealed within the depths of the well or cave. I am not sure what the guy in the video is thinking, but for sure no one would want to have anything to do with that, whatever might be down there. This footage was taken by the security camera a guy installed in his room because he kept hearing strange things in his house. From the very outset of the footage, an unsettling sight can be seen in the room. A subtle shade of light, almost ethereal in nature, dances and glides alongside the bed. I thought at first that it might be a liquid stain on the lens, but we can see that this light is moving weirdly, in a ghost-like fashion. As the events unfold, the abnormal activity intensifies. Boxes, resting peacefully on a table, are suddenly hurled into the air with alarming force. The room becomes a stage for this spectral performance, leaving us questioning the forces at play. In a particularly chilling moment, one of the boxes is forcefully propelled onto the sleeping owner, jolting him from his slumber. As the owner appears to start waking up, the ghostly form diminishes and moves in the direction of the man, like it is somehow entering inside him. Once the man wakes up, he is startled, as if he knows something happened, perhaps from seeing the thrown boxes. As the man fully awakens, a look of startled recognition flickers across his face, hinting at a vague awareness of the inexplicable events that have just unfolded. While the nature of the phenomenon captured in the video remains elusive, several interpretations emerge. Some propose the notion of a ghostly apparition, a lingering spirit seeking connection or resolution. Others suggest the possibility of astral projection, an experience where the soul temporarily leaves the physical body, yet remains connected to it, which I'm leaning towards because we can see the ghostly figure diminish and seem to go inside the man, like he was part of him. But what do you think?
This is footage from a few hikers somewhere in Asia. We can see they are hiking somewhere in the mountains at night, with the only source of light being the flashlight from the camera they have. They seem to be looking around at a rock formation, possibly having spotted something that caught their eyes. As the cameraman comes closer to a creek in the mountain, he hears some sort of growling. At first, it's hard to see anything, but as the camera gets closer to a creek in the mountain, the creature becomes more visible. The creature seems to be trying to hide, and as the camera zooms in, we can see a humanoid shape with a grayish head and large black eyes. The creature's movements are swift and erratic, and it appears to be peering at the hikers from behind a rock. The hikers become frightened and run away as fast as they can. The video raises a lot of questions about what the creature could be. Could it be an animal that has not yet been discovered or identified? Or could it be something else entirely, such as a cryptid or extraterrestrial? The footage is not clear enough to say for certain, but it is certainly intriguing. There have been many sightings of strange humanoid creatures all over the world, and many people believe that there are creatures such as skinwalkers, which roam the forests, looking for their next prey. This video was taken by a father who took his daughter out for a walk in the forest. For a long while, he was just walking around, filming his daughter explore and have fun in nature. But at some point, they got to a clearing in the forest, and as they were looking around, the camera picked some big figure moving between the trees. At first glance, it may seem like an animal, but as the footage is zoomed in, it becomes clear that the figure appears to be a large, hairy creature, potentially resembling the mythical Bigfoot. Descriptions of the creature vary, but it is generally depicted as a large bipedal humanoid covered in hair or fur, which seems to match what we have on this video. None of the parties seem to have noticed one another at that time. Was it just luck that this father did not have to face Bigfoot to save his daughter? However, it is possible that the video has been edited to include the figure, or that it is a clever hoax created by someone hoping to create a viral video. What do you think? Is this video authentic? This trail camera caught a strange sight.
We immediately can see some sort of humanoid creature making its way across the field in a slow manner. But what is strange about this is that it seems like a deformed human, with long arms and legs, using all four of them to move awkwardly. The creature in the video seems to have human-like characteristics, but its elongated limbs and awkward movements suggest something much more unusual. It's possible that this could be an undiscovered cryptid, a creature that has yet to be identified by science. There have been numerous reports of cryptids throughout history, and many of them share similar characteristics to the creature captured in this video. Some researchers believe that cryptids could be surviving remnants of prehistoric animals, while others think that they could be the result of genetic mutations or some sort of unknown evolutionary process. Of course, it's also possible that the video could have been edited or manipulated in some way. With modern technology, it's relatively easy to create convincing hoaxes that can fool even the most discerning viewer. However, without additional evidence, it's impossible to say for sure whether the creature in the video is real or not. In this video, we can see someone stopped in a car in the middle of a forest road at night with no light other than that from the car's headlights. We immediately realize why the driver had stopped in that place, as in the front of the car we can see some white silhouette on the right side of the road. The entity begins moving across the road slowly. If we look closely at where its feet should be, we can somewhat discern some leg movements, as if it indeed is a human walking. But clearly from its ephemeral shape, it is not. So perhaps it is a ghost, a remnant of a human soul trapped in this world. Of course, there are those who may argue that the figure in the video is simply an optical illusion or some sort of natural phenomenon. But for believers in the paranormal, the video is a powerful piece of evidence that suggests the existence of ghosts. Many theories have been put forward to explain the existence of ghosts, ranging from the idea that they are the spirits of deceased individuals who have not yet moved on to the afterlife, to the notion that they are the result of residual energy left behind by past events. Regardless of the explanation, ghost sightings continue to fascinate people and provoke debate. Amazing camera footage captures this black sphere moving through the sky. It then shoots off, disappearing from view, closely followed by two UFOs that resemble something closer to aircraft. The orb is the most intriguing of these sightings and is not dissimilar to the UFO in the footage released by the US Pentagon that was seen in Iraq. Other footage recorded the same object, which has been described as a self-illuminated sphere approximately 6 foot in diameter, which was spotted swarming a Navy warship. The Omaha captured on thermal imaging at night this little ball of light flying around. The Omaha sphere is considered to be a true unknown with intelligence, unable to resolve where it came from and where it disappeared to, only that it appeared to vanish into the ocean. Still now, the mystery persists as scientists and UFO experts continue to review footage of these anomalies in the hopes of finding a logical explanation. What are your thoughts? Drop us a line in comments. Imagine you and your family are enjoying a harmless evening drive and get chased by a Yeti. Well, this Russian family had such an encounter as an unknown creature chased them in their car, and they believe it was the legendary Yeti. As they drove past, one of them notices a black humanoid figure emerging from the tall grass, which makes me wonder if it truly was Yeti, as I thought Yetis have white hair. They couldn't quite distinguish what the figure looked like, so they reversed to get a better shot. When the figure realized it was being watched, it turned around and started chasing them. It appears to have enormous, protruding hands and moves in a zombie-like manner, giving the impression that it might have been a Yeti. They drive away fast, and the creature retreats back to where it was. Could this really have been the infamous Yeti that resides in the depths of the Himalayan mountains? Could it have decided to take a trip to Russia? 3 cyclists riding in the woods notice they have an unexpected follower on their tails. A bear caught their scent and became interested, so he decides to follow them. Scared for their lives, the cyclists ride away from the bear as fast as they can, but to no avail. The persistent woodland creature was hot on their heels, and so they decided to take a bold move and scare away the beast. They carried their bicycles head high and started to shout, give the impression that the people the bear was following were actually 3 large beasts, which by the way is exactly what you want to do if ever encountering a black bear.
And we're gonna stay together. We all be big.
The bear gave in and walked away, but supposing the bear decided actually not to retreat and charge at them, the events surely would be catastrophic. We have all heard stories about ghosts and how they can be menacing and scare people to the bones. And Leonardo's story is no different. Leonardo has suspected that his house has always been haunted, and his suspicions were confirmed after he installed a fixed camera in his mother's haunted house. The camera caught movements of the oven as it opened and shut, and some of the cooking utensils were even thrown by an invisible force. If you look closely, you will see a shadowy figure moving across the room. He thought he could face it, as it manifested itself in the room he was in, but it proved to be difficult, even though he was steeling himself to remain brave. Leonardo thinks that the entity haunting the house got stronger and stronger over time. But that wasn't all. In the following recording, a pale face seemed to appear from the lower part behind the wall, and without a doubt, I believe we are seeing the spirit of a female. These events are extremely spooky, and the case is still ongoing. Leonardo doesn't know what to make of this haunting. All he can do is to only document everything. Evidence doesn't seem to dry up anytime soon. Something terrifying caught the eyes of this man, and they decided to record it. Underwater, close to the foot of a dock, was an unusual fish having a hair-raising appearance. Its eyes appeared to have been sunken into its head, leaving only 2 white dots as evidence of their presence. It seems as if a skeleton could be staring right at you, if not for its teeth, which protrude forward outward, giving the impression that it would not hesitate to bite your finger if you were to stick it in the water. It seems to mind its own business as it harmlessly floats about and swims away. What fish is that exactly? In the dead of night, in the woods, not far from a man's house, a chilling observation was made, and the owner decided that he needed proof of whatever was out there. We can see in between the trees lie 2 eerie dots staring right at the man's house. As he zooms in, we get a clearer view of the dots, and it is distinct to be a set of eyes. The man tries to identify what the mysterious creature staring at him is by calmly calling out.
Hello?
His voice is shaken and frightened by the occurrences. Could it be a more sinister stalking creature or a reflection of shining objects? Deep in a forest, a man captures evidence of what would seem to be a juvenile Bigfoot. The man seems to be following the creature with his eyes, but quickly turns the camera and zooms into a specific area where it is seen running swiftly across, going deeper into the woods. The small being appears to be bipedal and is covered with a thick brown coat of fur. What was it running from? Did it know it was being filmed and tried quickly to hide somewhere? As it vanishes, viewers are left wondering what this creature could be. This family was out camping in the woods when they encounter something that seems to be watching them. Their phone camera records a really tall creature passing in between the tree line. Although it is foggy, the camera is able to reveal a clear footage of it. It seems to be walking on twos and is completely covered with black fur. I cannot distinguish what it is, but from the minimal description I have gathered, this seems to be some sort of Sasquatch. For all we know, this creature resembles a Bigfoot, and its intentions are truly unknown. A man stranded in the wilderness of Russia is met with a chilling experience. His truck broke down, and he decided to search the snowy land for help. He searched for a long period, but he finds no help. As his stay in the wilderness grows longer, he begins to suspect that he is not alone. He starts to record and captures a creature that has been on his track for a while and could be watching him. The eerie creature appears to walk on 4 limbs, its eyes glittering in the darkness, and tries to narrow the distance between it and the stranded man. It has a humanoid head and moves in an inquiring manner, as though curious to know more about the man stranded in its native land. What could this creature be? Could it be a man in a costume trying to play a harmless prank on the unsuspecting visitor? Or could it actually be a cryptid creature? A certain man was in a forest alone for God knows what reason. He catches a really bizarre creature between the trees in the middle of the night. As the man was walking, he filmed his path to document what happened to him, and what he saw would leave him puzzled as to what lurks in the woods at night. The camera catches the figure which is standing close to a tree. It stands tall on 2 feet, almost human. As soon as it realizes it was spotted, it moves behind the tree, fleeing into the woods. The man tried to follow its path, but to no avail, as it disappeared as though it were never there in the first place. What could this mysterious creature be? It certainly sends chills down the spine, as it seems to dwell in the woods in the middle of the night. What was it doing stalking the man in the forest? Or could it have been planning to do something sinister and simply lost interest when it discovered it was spotted? This trail camera in Menominee, Michigan, captured an intriguing black figure deep in the forest. In the first photo, we see a deer standing in front of the camera, but our attention is drawn to the far left of the picture. There stands a tall, blurry figure amidst the trees. The figure appears to be a bipedal creature, absurdly tall and covered with thick fur. It wastes no time, as it gives the camera no second chance to capture it, as it disappears within the woods. What could this be? And if it is a man, what could he be doing there in the middle of the night? In the dead of night, a time when all is calm, a camera under a bridge captures a nocturnal animal trying to get its next meal. It walks on the riverbank, increasing its pace, as though if it didn't, it would sleep hungry. It is lucky and catches its prey, but could not quite grasp it properly as it jumps into the water and swims away. The raccoon quickly follows it, but it loses it, and it seems to have lost its night's meal. Another raccoon emerged from behind the camera and appeared to threaten the first one, as it was given a menacing stance. It ignored the look and continued with its path. They appear to know each other, as they are seen walking together on the bridge in the morning. On a cloudy day in the grasslands, a camera happens to catch the movement of a looming creature. At first, it appears to be still, but gradually, it begins to move toward the left side. Its tall, towering posture looks almost human, and it appears to have thick brown fur. If closely examined, its facial area appears to be white, though not clear, and the top of the head is almost ape-like. It turns away from the camera and disappears among the tall grass behind it. Just what could it be? The infamous Sasquatch, or is a man in a Bigfoot disguise attempting to strike up controversy among the viewers of the footage? Ring cameras have become essential for homes, especially in forested areas. This video is from one such ring camera. In footage, a naked man is seen walking alone at night. Surprisingly, he doesn't appear bothered by his nudity. But he's clearly terrified of something or someone. The naked man roams around the homeowner's property, yelling and searching for something. He leaves briefly, then returns to grab a pipe from the homeowner's place. Afterward, he moves to a side path, searching for something, before eventually heading back to where he came from. The unsettling part is that this man was on a late-night quest, seemingly searching for something while no one else was around. I wonder what he would have done if the homeowner confronted him. What was his purpose? Was he genuinely disturbed by something or dealing with mental instability? The answer remains a mystery. This is a video from a ring camera of a home. We can see that in the ring cam video, it's pitch black night and it's raining. A woman approaches the door, holding an umbrella, and proceeds to ring the doorbell. Initially, it appears as if she's yawning while pressing the doorbell. As the doorbell chimes, she steps back slightly, closing her mouth after the yawn. However, things get weird. She opens her mouth wide again, standing there with her mouth agape. This unsettling sight continues for a full 20 seconds. After this time, she presses the doorbell once more, still with her mouth wide open, before finally leaving the property. The eerie part is that this unfolds in the dead of night, and the woman's prolonged mouth opening raises shivers as we consider what might have happened if the homeowner had chosen to answer the door. Capturing the beauty of clouds on a lovely day is a wonderful experience. However, that wasn't the case for this individual. In the video, we see someone using a time lapse to capture the changing sky, and everything seems ordinary with people moving in and out of the frame. But then, something peculiar occurs. Out of nowhere, a greenish, glowing smoke materializes and quickly disappears. Upon closer inspection and slow-motion playback, it's evident that this smoke emerges from thin air and vanishes just as mysteriously. What adds to the oddness is that the video was in time-lapse mode, making the appearance of the smoke surprisingly fast. What could this sighting possibly be? Is it a spirit? You decide. A girl received a video from the local police, and it's like something from a bad dream.
This is what the police sent me. This is what they found from all the footage.
In the video, there's a girl wearing a night dress, and she's crouched next to a car in a really strange way, almost not like a human. She's hunched over on the ground. Then she jumps to her right like a dog would. After that, she starts eating something from the ground, and her back is hunched in a way that doesn't seem possible for a person. Finally, she stands up and walks back into her house. The girl who got this video from the police says they told her that it was actually her in the video, probably sleepwalking. But she's sure that it can't be her because she would have noticed, and she was in bed, getting ready for work the next day.
I know for a fact that I worked the next morning, and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. I know I was in bed. I know I was in bed.
It's pretty spooky to think that someone could do all of that while sleepwalking and doesn't know about anything the next morning. I really hope she never sleepwalks near my property. This clip comes from a tourist enjoying the beauty of Mono Lake, California. The tourist starts recording, capturing the stunning view of the lake. While filming the lake, they pan the camera to capture the rock formation next to it. Did you catch it? Upon reviewing the video, the tourist realizes there was something near the rock that they didn't notice while recording. Upon zooming in, a large black figure resembling a Bigfoot emerges from behind the rock and then mysteriously disappears. Upon closer examination, the figure's massive body and thick black fur resemble that of the legendary Bigfoot. Do you share the same thought? These videos that I am about to show you come from Scott Carpenter, and he is certain that in the area where he lives, there lives at least one Bigfoot, but he is stranger than any one Bigfoot you've seen. He claims that this Bigfoot is a completely white one, and he has some evidence to show for that claim. He traversed the forests and took recordings of every journey, and with more long hours of going through every footage and enhancing it, he has found some strange sightings of something that's been stalking him all throughout his journey. He has spotted many times a white figure trying to hide near bushes or trees while keeping a close eye on his movements. Scott's cameras managed to pick up multiple occurrences of this, but one of the best sights he caught was the creature's face. We can see the special color of the creature, which I am guessing isn't helping it hide at all in a green forest. But the creature also seems strangely creepy and cautious at the same time, as if he is fearing Scott. Could this be a mutation of the known Bigfoot creature? A mutation that made it completely white? This security footage was taken by someone who set up these cameras because they believe the house is haunted and wanted proof of that. And as you are about to see in this clip, the house certainly is haunted. We can see the woman sleeping in her room, everything starting out normal, but just a bit past 8 p.m. we can see the door of a small cabinet opening on its own. Soon after, the light inside it start going on and off, but creepier, the stand near her bed seems to move slowly, to a point where it hits the bed, as if to wake her up. Once she wakes up thinking she heard something, she calls after someone in the house, who immediately comes to comfort her.
Honey?
They go back into the room to check again, knowing something is not right, but decide they do not want to stay in that room any longer. But just a few seconds after they leave, this happens. The footage ends there, but we can all say with certainty, something is wrong in that house. Could it be a poltergeist playing with them? A lady shared this video on her TikTok account, convinced that she captured a glimpse of a Bigfoot. The video starts with a creature peeking out from the bushes, almost like it's hiding. The creature moves around, covered in black fur. The woman recording the video mentions it's been there for about 5 minutes, and she's puzzled about what it could be.
I'm not sure what that is, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a little unnerving.
This creature might look like an ape or a bear at first glance, but what's really unsettling is its massive size and how much space it occupies. It's way bigger than a regular bear or ape. What adds to the fear is that it's just standing there, as if waiting for the lady to step out of her car. Maybe even planning something. What could it be? Is it really a Bigfoot? Or is it something even more frightening than that? A lady posted this video on her TikTok page and firmly believes that the creatures caught by the camera are the affirmed Bigfoot. As the video begins, we can see a creature standing behind a tree. It seems to be hiding behind the tree trunk. It can be seen peeping. At the same moment, another bipedal creature dashes from the right side. It is carrying something that looks like a basket. The woman recording claimed that these unidentified creatures could be stealing chicken that I think are hidden in the basket. One can mistake this too to be ape animals. But as we know, primates normally walk on fours and occasionally on twos. Do you notice their hunched backs and that they are enveloped in a rough coat of black hair? But at the same time, all this seems too convenient. Someone filming just as these creatures are passing by, without any of them noticing the cameraman presence. And also, their size is just too similar to a person, so I am willing to say that most likely this video is fake. Do you think the same? In this video, two teens experience a scary and unforgettable sight. As they are walking in the middle of the night for God knows what reason, they came across a white masquerade mask lying on top of some dirty rags. As they go on, they find another white mask hanging beside the trunk of a tree. These masks are pretty frightening, and one would wonder the braveness of this duo. As they continue with their walk, amidst the tall grass, a mask suddenly appears, and this time it seems to be worn by someone. This terrifies the boys, and the video ends as they scamper away in fright. Could it be that someone could be pranking these lads, or something mystical was out there? Could it be some sort of cult? The security camera caught a ghostly apparition hovering above a man who went to visit a graveyard of a loved one. The footage shows the man kneeling down over the tombstone, and the ghost appears to lean over the man's shoulders. The man does not notice the presence of the ghost and continues mourning. Even as the man stands up and walks away, a white shadow can be spotted looming in the area. Perhaps the ghost was friendly and only came to comfort the man. Maybe a ghost of the person who this man lost, still lingering to offer comfort to him. The video captured during the storm presents a truly awe-inspiring sight. As the waves crash into the rocks, one cannot help but feel the sheer power of the ocean. But what truly catches our attention is the glimpse of something else in the distance. As we focus on the object in the distance, our eyes cannot help but lock onto the massive tentacles emerging from the water. They are huge, and judging from the distance, we can only imagine how colossal they must be up close. This begs the question, could this be the legendary Kraken? Legends of the Kraken go back centuries, and many sailors have reported seeing giant tentacles rising from the water. In recent years, there have been accounts of colossal squids, which can grow up to 42 feet in length, and it is not difficult to imagine that there are other unknown, massive creatures lurking in the deep. But what is it that makes this particular sighting so intriguing? It is the fact that the video appears to show the tentacles in motion of a gigantic living creature that is lurking deep in the water. The possibility that a creature of such immense size could exist is truly fascinating. We have only explored a small fraction of the ocean's depths. Could this video be evidence of a giant sea monster? This security camera caught a sinister thing while the owners of the house were away. They received a notification on their phone that the camera was activated by the motion it detected. When they watched what activated the camera in front of the door, they were terrified. If we look at the recording, we can't really see anything besides a shadow moving next to the house on the right side of the screen. But we can hear something in the background, a form of growling which indicates maybe some sort of animal. But just a few moments after that, we can also hear intense scratching on the wooden door and continuous knocks, as if the creature was trying really hard to get inside. While it is possible that the creature in question was a wild animal, the knocks are certainly more characteristic of human behavior. I don't know any animal that would sound and act this way. And especially, what was it doing in front of the door of this house at that hour? It is also possible that this was a wounded person, perhaps someone who was seeking entry into the house. However, the growling in the background suggests that this might not have been an ordinary person, but rather something more sinister. This trucker thought it might be a good idea to have a rest at an Oregon rest stop. However, he quickly realized that he was not going to have a good night's sleep because of what was waiting outside in the night. We can hear deep in the forest multiple howling. These sound unearthly, terrifying. The trucker in this video must have felt like he was in the middle of a horror movie when he heard the howling of the wolves. It is no wonder that he regrets stopping at the rest stop. The sound of the howling is not only scary, but also unnerving because of its unknown source. The deep howling that the trucker heard in the forest could have been from a pack of wolves communicating with each other, or perhaps it was just one wolf trying to locate its pack. Wolves are known for their powerful howls that can be heard for miles, but their way of communicating is truly terrifying for me. I have no idea how humans hundreds of years ago in the past were fine constantly hearing that at night. The owner of a newly bought house had installed a few trail cameras inside their vast property in order to know if there are any wild animals roaming around. However, he was not expecting to find this strange sight on its trail camera. We can see caught on this trail camera a figure dressed in a white robe walking in the empty grass field in the dead of night. The sight of a woman in a white robe walking in the middle of the night in an empty grass field is definitely a creepy sight. The fact that it was captured on a trail camera only adds to the eerie nature of the encounter. The timestamp showing 11:45 p.m. only adds to the sense of unease, as it is not a time when most people would be out and about. Upon closer inspection, it does indeed appear that the figure is that of a woman wearing a nightdress or a robe. The fact that this was on someone else's property is also concerning, especially if the figure is the spirit of the previous owner of the house. It is not uncommon for new homeowners to hear stories from neighbors about the history of their property, and in this case, it seems that the previous owner's ashes were spread on the land surrounding the house. This could certainly contribute to a haunting, as many people believe that spirits can become attached to locations and objects. This clip shows a strange-looking person falling into the river. The person has a ghostly visage with a fully white face. Looking at its blurry face, there seems something creepy and unearthly about it, like what we are seeing is a ghost. By the looks of the bridge, it seems this was taken somewhere in Asia. But what also took me a while to notice is that besides the figure that fell into the water, there is a second figure standing on the edge, not moving at all. It is definitely a woman with long black hair in a robe, just leaning on the edge of the bridge. The entire setting is just creeping me out, and I have no idea from where this is and what exactly is happening. If anyone has any idea, then please let me know. This dash camera caught what appears to be a strange, slender figure running quickly across the road in front of a car. The speed seems supernatural. The driver didn't even have the time to flinch. If we zoom in on the figure, we can see it has the body shape of a human, but the legs seem more sturdy, and also the head seems to be bigger. People have said this could be the best video recording of an alien, while others claimed it is a skinwalker hunting its prey. At the same time, it could also be just a CGI creation, and the way the driver did not even flinch at the sight of this creature supports this idea. But what do you think? This clip caught a terrifying sight, a giant anaconda climbing a tree. Just look at how agile it is and the way it wraps around the tree. It seems to be going all the way to the top of the tree, which is a weird sight to see. They are known for their incredible strength and their ability to crush prey with their powerful bodies. But it seems that ability can be used for mobility as well. While anacondas are typically found in or near bodies of water, such as rivers or swamps, the behavior of the anaconda in this clip is not uncommon. Anacondas are excellent climbers and use their muscular bodies to wrap around trees and climb up to the branches where prey may be located. They can also use tree branches to bask in the sun and regulate their body temperature. In recent years, there have been increasing reports of sightings of creepy clowns on deserted roads and in other public spaces. These encounters have been particularly frightening for those who come across them at night while driving, as the clown's strange behavior can be unpredictable and threatening. Some of the clown sightings have involved the clowns standing in the middle of the road, blocking traffic, while others have involved them chasing after cars with bats and knives. The intent behind these sightings is not always clear, but some speculate that it may be an attempt to scare or harm unsuspecting victims.
Stop! 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 What are you doing? Go the other way! What are you doing? Stop! Oh my God! Stop!
The phenomenon of creepy clown sightings is not new, and police seems to be doing its job of arresting people doing these kind of things. But it seems to have gained more attention in recent years, with many people taking to social media to share their experiences and warn others to be cautious. While some have dismissed the sightings as harmless pranks, others argue that they are dangerous and could result in serious harm or injury. It's important for people to take these sightings seriously and to take precautions when traveling alone at night or in deserted areas. This video was taken by someone who found a strange sea creature washed up on the beach. Upon initial observation, it's clear that the creature has a fish-like appearance, with a streamlined body and fins. However, what sets it apart is its arms and legs that resemble those of a human. The small fingers on the end of the legs only add to the strangeness of this creature, which makes it even more intriguing. There are many theories as to what this creature could be. Some believe it's a new species of fish that has yet to be identified, while others think it could be an evolutionary offshoot of a known species. It's also possible that this is a creature that has been genetically modified or even created through artificial means. It's important to note that there have been cases where strange sea creatures have been found on beaches, only to be later identified as hoaxes or the result of human manipulation. However, if this creature is real, it could hold significant scientific value in helping us to understand more about the biodiversity of our oceans.
A trail camera caught a weird sight in this forest at night. We can see a fox walking from the left, and our attention is quickly shifted to the two wide open eyes that are lurking in the darkness. Notice how alive the eyes are, and even they can be seen blinking. The fox is unaware of what is happening in its surroundings and stares innocently into the camera, its eyes glimmering in the shadows. This pair of eyes appear to be from a sort of large animal that maybe was resting and was awakened by the fox's movements. Nature is really scary. What kind of creature do you think was creeping there? This video was recorded in 2013 in the depths of the forest in Mississippi. A ranger walking in the middle of the woods, as he was surveying the area, he stumbles upon a huge beast. A dark figure is seen standing in the forest. The video has low lighting and it is hazy. Because of this, I cannot make out the details of the figure. When its physique is closely examined, the creature has a massive body frame and a thick coat of fur covering it from its head. Notice its humanoid nature as it walks bipedally amongst the trees.
The man recording is persistent and keeps on chasing it, but soon stops as he realizes that he is on the heels of a Bigfoot. Others have suggested that it might be just a normal ape creature, while others have debated that this enigmatic being might be the Bigfoot. And certainly, I would agree with the latter, since to me, an ape wouldn't be this huge. An interesting spectacle is captured in a river. A mysterious, furry creature lingers in the middle of the river, standing half submerged in the water. What we are seeing is its back as it is facing the other direction. Considering the reported height of this river to be 5 to 6 feet, I think this creature might be a really tall one. As much as we are intrigued by the idea of a real Bigfoot sighting, we can't ignore the unusual physique of this specific one. It's notably leaner and slenderer than the typical descriptions of the Bigfoot. So could we be authentically looking at a Bigfoot, preferably a female kind? Or maybe is it a hoax of some kind crafted to fool its audience? The owner of this house was met by a strange sight when they went to investigate the strange noises that came from their roof. An ominous creature of abnormal shape and size was lurking on the rooftop. It appears to have an alien head that appears almost human. Due to the low light, I cannot quite make out its facial features. As for its unusual body, it has short arms and torso with no legs visible. This gives out eerie vibes since the intentions and identity of the creature are unknown. Could it be an alien entity? What could you have done if you were to find such a creature hanging around on your rooftop? In the remote expanse of the snowy mountains, a vigilant camera lens captures an enigmatic spectacle, a scene shrouded in both intrigue and mystery. A humanoid figure casually walking in the middle of the woods. Upon investigation, this figure has a rich coat of fur enveloping its entire form. Notice how its arms are long, almost reaching its knees. It has a near upright posture, thus possessing the known characteristics of the Bigfoot. It's possible to consider the alternative perspective of the observed figure might have been a person donning a Bigfoot costume. This interpretation introduces an element of skepticism into the equation, suggesting the potential for intentional misrepresentation. A man in the snowy mountains claims to have come across the Bigfoot walking. At first, it looks like a normal man scaling the snowy landscape, but notice how abnormally large this figure is. It is unusual for a man to be of that size. As it moves forward, we get to see its odd walking style. When closely analyzed, the creature appears to have a thick black and white fury body, although the white could be snow stuck on its fur. This bizarre scene is bound to rouse up speculations as to whether the creature could be a possible Bigfoot. This video is recorded by someone in a police station who happened to see the weird behavior of this officer. He is seen standing in the hallway, making gestures as if he's speaking to someone. But there is obviously no one there. We can see his hand gestures, as if trying to explain something.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a elderly lady. I saw her walking by the store, and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
Did you say Miss Abigail?
Yes, ma'am. She says she wants to see Mr. Griffin, and I told her that the canvas is closed, that she should come tomorrow morning, and she might see Mr. Griffin.
She's been passed on for 2 years now. No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
The lady reaches out to the police officer, asking, who is he talking to? He responds saying that he's talking to a lady named Abigail who is looking for someone. The lady apparently knows who he is talking to because she immediately tells him the lady has passed 2 years ago. The officer asks if she cannot see on camera who he is talking to, Miss Abigail apparently still being there. The moment he realizes what is going on, he begins backing off, turning into a full sprint to get the heck out of there. I think we've all heard about situations like this one, where someone is met by a friendly visitor, perhaps asking for help, and only after the fact do we realize they were never there. As this video begins, all seems to be normal in this spooky place. Then suddenly, a very scary creature walks out from behind the tree, and its form is rather unearthly. It appears humanoid, though having a thin frame and an elongated head like that of an alien. It has a short stature, and it walks bipedally while bending its back. What's unsettling is that its arms are extended and reach the ground. See how thin the arms are and look like long rods. These arms look to be the ones supporting its body. What exactly is this unearthly being? Maybe a modified version of the Skinwalker, or this could be just an edited video. The owner of this house must have been really shocked when she saw this video the following morning. A security camera shows us the kitchen of where a series of disturbing events take place. A perturbing sound of unknown origin is heard as though something was rustling about in the dishes. Then suddenly, the cupboards fly open, and the cutlery are heard banging all over the place. What's frightening is that no one seems to be in the kitchen, and all these happen supernaturally. This place is undoubtedly haunted by a very daunting ghost, and they better vacate early before situations erupt. This heart-stopping footage of an unknown creature amidst the tall grasses was captured by a brave man walking in the middle of the night for unknown reasons. As he shines his flashlight in a particular direction, he stops when he notices a pale figure looming in the tall grassland. It appears to be squatted on something facing downwards. I think it could be feasting on remains of a carcass. As he zooms in, suddenly the creature lifts its head up, revealing two otherworldly eyes which glare at the man hauntingly and eerily. This really spooks the man. This creature is pretty scary, and I would not want to encounter one face to face. From past recorded incidents, this creature resembles the Rake, a cryptid known to stalk and terrorize people. We can see the recording from someone who is driving their motorcycle behind an ambulance, perhaps going to an emergency. Based on the writing on the ambulance, I think this might be India. The camera quickly pans towards the right, where we can see a dense forest. But more terrifying, there is something lurking in the bushes. As he advances, he can see a lion creepily staring back at him. His quick thinking makes him go next to the ambulance, in order have it act as a shield. We can see the lion keeps its stare on the man, and I am sure if he was alone, without those two other vehicles, he would have been the lion's next meal. These lions have become more and more confident around humans. The lion attack on humans, especially in India, increasing dramatically in recent years. This video was recorded in Chile. A guy set up a camera to record two fast-moving cars racing on the highway. And as the cars flew by, the camera captures a rather peculiar sight. After the cars pass, a dog suddenly appears in the middle of the road and crosses safely to the end of the road. What's odd is that the dog wasn't seen crossing from the other side of the road. Rather, it just appeared in the middle just as the cars pass. This clip has sparked imagination on viewers. How did the dog manage to safely cross the road without being hit? To me, this could be a glitch in the footage. What do you think? Could this be a dog spirit that happened to have been captured by the camera, or an actual dog that escaped being hit by a narrow whisker? A security camera happens to have caught a ghostly apparition in a pub in the UK. As the restaurant waiter was cleaning up at night, a white shadowy figure appears at the door of the restaurant and appears to be closely following the waiter. The waiter doesn't seem to notice the ghost and goes by her duties normally, although in an interview she said she felt the presence of someone with her in the pub. What's more is that the pub has had more than one ghostly encounter, all happening in the night. Could this be the ghost of a girl that was a frequent visitor of this pub, or a simple camera glitch?
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.